Aaron Rodgers, the speculation, it seems, is over. I don't know if it's official, but it's official.
There's been no official trade. So he did his McAfee interview Thursday hours, and said his intention is to play for the Jets and play for the Jets this season. So there's been a bit of chat about his wording of intention, considering, vaccination, immunisation, etc. And in that conversation, he talked about he was probably 90% retiring before he did his darkness retreat, and then coming back for the year. So I think the hold-up is compensation. Packers want more like a Matthew Stafford deal with 2 first-round picks. So like a first round this year and maybe one next year or the following. But that might be depending on whether Rodgers plays the following year, because I don't think the Jets want to give up 2 first rounds if he's a 1-year rental kind of thing. So it's stuck, I guess, between the two clubs making a decision on what they see going forward. But yeah, by all accounts, if Rodgers plays this year, it'll be with the Jets. Otherwise, he gets forced in retirement because it sounds like the Packers want to move on and go with Jordan Love going forward. So,
what do you think about the tactic of, like, Rodgers, probably the most high-profile player to have done this in recent times, where he's gone out and said that he wants to play for another team before a deal's done? Like, does that work in his favour? Is he showing his cards too early in terms of the whole deal?
Well, it does and doesn't, because yes, it probably gives Packers more leverage, and like they've confirmed what club he wants to go for. So maybe they can fleece the Jets for all they're worth, which is probably why we haven't had a trade. Where the Jets on the flip side have been like, hey, he's a 40-year-old quarterback. We don't want to be don't want to be giving up the entire future essentially. It's whether they can get a deal done to potentially try to win a Super Bowl this year is that conversation. And they've probably got a young talent there to be able to do it.
You reckon they win a Super Bowl this year?
Well, if they get Aaron Rodgers, that's the goal, because if Rodgers is already thinking, he's got 1 foot in the retirement door, then it's maybe a year or 2. So you don't have many chances. So it's probably got to be a Super Bowl year for them. That's kind of where they're going to be at.
I feel big fan of Aaron Rodgers, big Green Bay fan, but you're going over there and you got to get through the Chiefs, you got to get through the Bills, the Bengals.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's going to be very, very difficult to do it this year. Not to say that the Jets aren't going in the right direction.
No, yeah.
But this year, that's big.
Yeah, well, you look at the AFC
season.
quarterbacks compared to the NFC at the moment with the recent free agency moves. Like, it's very heavily sided to the AFC. So, to switch divisions for Rodgers there, that's a big risk, or conferences even. So,
how many years has he got left? We've seen Brady; he's been the outlier.
Yeah,
is 2 or 3 unreasonable?
Yeah, it could very well depend on how they go this year. But like I said, he's been talking about retirement for probably the last 2 to 3 years already. So he's close, I feel.
But maybe that was a lot of his surroundings.
Also possible. So that's why I think it depends on what happens with the Jets and that Jets team culture, whatever. How that kind of gets put together will determine how long he plays for. So if it goes bad, maybe he's one and done. So that's where Jets are at. Don't want to give up everything for him.